Now, at this show for us, being able to show our Pixis 12K camera, our Ursa Cine 17K 65 camera, showing our immersive camera, and then of course showing off Resolve 20, which we announced at NAB, which is now shipping. So these 4 new things are what we're really showing off here at Cinegear.
Nice. Now let's dive into the sensor on the Pixis 12K. Faster frame rates than the 6K one, obviously more resolution, but really the resolution is the key. It's the type of sensor that you guys are using.
Yeah, so the big thing with the Pixis 12K is, so the Pixis 6K came out, it was great because of the form factor, nice box camera, small, you can always make a small camera bigger. That camera is awesome. Last year we also had our Ursa Cine 12K, which has that same 12K sensor, which is now in the Pixis 12K. And what's really amazing about this sensor, as well as the Ursa 17K that we can talk about, is the fact that regardless of what resolution you're actually shooting at, it is actually using the full frame, or the full sensor. So all those photo sites are taking in all that information. So even if I'm shooting 8K or 4K, we can go ahead and get all that information over. So it gives a lot of flexibility to that camera into what you want to end up doing with that. And like you said, the only thing that's really different as far as like what you're getting out of, other than the form factor from the Ursa Cine 12K, is the fact that it doesn't have as high of a frame rate. So a lot of functionality in that Pixis body with the Pixis 12K.
Is that because of heat issues?
That is exactly because of the heat issues. The smaller camera can't dissipate the heat quite as well, so we want to keep that to a lower frame rate.
Nice. Having that white pixel in there, talk about how that changes the image, how it changes the dynamic range.
Well, basically all the dynamic range, we're trying to push as much as we can with these sensors as we're like co-developing this, but all of this is using kind of that DaVinci Resolve color technology that we have. So regardless of what camera you're kind of moving between, like you're going to find these various similar looks and feels between all of them. Obviously we're shooting in Blackmagic RAW. Blackmagic RAW is our own compressed format. It's a RAW format, but it's compressed, very smart, but it's also very like economical, I guess you could say. So those workflows really come through for all of these Blackmagic cameras. So you're not going to see a big difference between going from like the Pixis 6K to 12K as far as like color science is concerned. What you're going to see it is when you're using Blackmagic RAW as your workflow goes along, and of course how that data is being used for how much resolution you're using, like I said, on the 12K, 17Ks, getting all of the photo sites to be able to be used across the sensor package.
And that reminds me, Digital Resolve is like a huge update. 20 was a pretty big update for you guys. You guys are really good about turning out little ones here and there, but you guys did a pretty massive one. Talk about all the changes.
So Resolve 20 has tons of changes. I always kind of go to NAB and go like, and it's our biggest year ever. And you go, well, I feel like I must be kidding because every year can't be the biggest. But like this year was a big year for us. Tons of new AI features that we've put in there. Things that'll just help simplify processes. You know, AI is a big topic of conversation right now where people are worried about what AI can do. For Black